Hello everyone, my name's Bal Dhesi. I'm the HR manager here at Wilder Coe. I offer HR services to some of our clients and I wanted to share some of my top tips with you today. Now, although many of us have worked from home from time to time, it can be quite different working from home for an extended period of time as we are doing. So I put together a series of top tips for healthy remote working and I do hope you find them helpful. So my first top tip is set up a designated workspace. You may be in a household with other family members or friends who are all trying to work from home, or you may have children who are currently being homeschooled. So it's important to draw a clear line between work and home. One way to achieve this is by creating a clearly defined workspace that you can easily step away from and switch off, and one that if you have children, they know they can't play in. If you are working in an open area such as a lounge or kitchen, mark it out as your space and make sure you communicate clearly to others in the household that you are working. Do also consider the location of your workspace. If possible, work near natural light, and if you don't have much natural light in your space, use lamps to really boost the brightness of your work area. And why not also gather a few plants, put them on your desk, create a really pleasant working environment for yourself. Research has shown that by having some greenery around us, it can reduce and restore our ability to concentrate. So really make your work area as comfortable as you can. Some of us may be listening to some music in the background whilst we're working. I recently read an article in the HR Grapevine and it outlined how certain playlists can stimulate productive activity whilst working from home. Songs by Queen, Kanye West and Coldplay were among those artists listed. Are they on your playlist at the moment? Getting dressed. Sounds really simple and really obvious, and it may be tempting to roll out of bed and roll across to your laptop in your PJs. But by getting dressed for the day, it will mentally prepare you for work mode. It will also help you distinguish between home working and home life. Now, at the moment, every day probably feels the same. So we need to create some form of structure for our day. It's really important that we don't create an always on culture. So be clear on when your working day begins and ends. Establish a clear routine to enable you to mark the start of your day. And that could be, for example, that you go out for a walk or you do go for a run or you do some stretching exercises, whatever that is, that can then be your mental signal to yourself that your day's started. Do exactly the same at the end of the day. And it could be as simple as closing the door to your study or your spare room. If your laptop sits on your dining room or kitchen table, make sure you switch your laptop off and put it away. This will help you to reset your mind and reclaim your home time. Use your commute time. How long was your pre-pandemic daily commute? For many, it may have ranged between 30 minutes to 2 hours, maybe more. Think about those hours that you've now gained per week. Take advantage of the no commute time and be intentional about how you use that time. Why not listen to a podcast or read a book or take up that hobby that you've always wanted to do? Please do use your commute time and take advantage of that no commute time now. Our physical and mental well-being is more important than ever, so we need to make sure that we're eating healthily and that we're keeping ourselves hydrated. We may find that we're sitting down for longer periods of time. And before you realise it, you've been at your desk for 2 to 3 hours and you still haven't made that cup of coffee for yourself. So do try to get up and move around a bit every hour, or whatever feels right for you. Set a timer to have some to do some stretching exercises. Studies have shown that regular exercise can reduce symptoms of anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem, which is particularly important in the current climate. So, as I said, please do try and factor some time in to do some stretching exercises. I've listed some resources there. Feel free to have a look at those resources, but there are plenty of free online exercises available for everyone Find something that works for you. Remember, we are in this together. We are going to go through a whole range of emotions. We're going to have good days. We're going to have days where we're really frustrated because our internet connection is slow, or we haven't been able to complete that task due to distractions in the household, or we've had IT issues. Step away from the desk, have a break, go into a different room, grab a coffee and talk to someone. We all need to go easy on ourselves and do the best that we can under the current circumstances. So be realistic about what you can achieve during the day. If you are a parent, you may need to adjust your hours. So have a chat with your manager, manage those expectations and let the team know when you are and aren't working. Be open and transparent with what works best for you based on your household needs during this time. So be flexible and compassionate with yourself. Stay connected, and whatever it is you need, please do ask for it. We need to ensure that we maintain and foster our working relationships. Now, you may already be having regular conversations with your manager and colleagues about work-related matters. But the key thing that I wanted to stress here is that we also need to make time for non-work chats. So why not nominate somebody from the team to organise a virtual coffee or have Friday evening drinks? I've heard of some great examples of teams who are really helping each other out to keep healthy. So why not share recipes, organise some quiz evenings? If you are using Zoom, keep the camera on. Seeing each other will really make a difference with how we interact with each other. And if you're having a social call and you've got family members, children in the background, pets in the background, why not bring them into the chat and introduce them to each other? This is a great time where we can all get to know each other that little bit better. So keep it fun, keep it social, and please do include your furlough colleagues. Now, the last point that I wanted to make today is, do remember, if you are part of a private health scheme or you have access to a cash plan scheme, don't forget that you can access confidential support and advice via the Employee Assistance Programme. And it may be on a range of matters from financial to emotional support. Whatever support you need, please do remember to access these resources if needed. So that concludes my first series of top tips. If you want to get in touch with me to talk about a HR matter, please do contact me on the email address noted here, or feel free to give me a call. I hope you have enjoyed today's session. Thank you for listening.